The thing that's worth noting is that women are not necessarily loyal because of some type of biological makeup or something in their DNA and so forth, as many men would like to believe and think. Okay, they will want to believe that a woman will be loyal because it's in her makeup to be so. What made women historically loyal was because of conditions. Conditions made women loyal. Cost benefit analysis. Okay, if I leave him, if I do him wrong, I'm gonna lose this privilege that I have going on. So if I misbehave, so I'm gonna control myself because one, I'm gonna be shamed. I'll be ostracized. I'll be shamed. The shame thing was a huge thing. Okay, so loyalty was a necessity to preserve good conditions. Now, what's occurred in 2024 is that men are screaming loyalty to women, and the environment does not is not conducive for loyalty because every girl has more than two, three, four, five friends, male friends. Every single woman, even the ugly ones. Okay. Now, at what point does that become a problem? Well, it's at any point y'all have a fight or argument, engage in argumentation, and so forth. She's upset because remember, we move in a logical manner. A man can be by himself in a logical way. I'm not going to talk to her. But women be like, hey, I'm emotional. He's making me feel some type of way. Let me go talk to my friend, who is a guy friend, and so forth and so forth. Men, there's a lot of guys happy to take wait their turn, right? Because they know they don't have the burden of the relationship. They just their side dude. The ones just doing it, giving it to your woman. Okay, so loyalty is very hard for women these days because they have an exposure. Because before now we've removed the gates and the perimeters and the fences of shame, right? There's no shame. A girl can be, big as she wants to be. It's body positivity. You don't want to shame a girl. Okay, you can't shame her. If she's sleeping around, that's slut shaming. And they'll argue with, oh, men have been doing it for 100 years, like as if each and every man had that option. Many men cannot get sex the way women get sex. An ugly woman can jump on an app and swipe right on Tinder and get a man that day, that night, within that hour. Men can be on apps for like months and get no play, can get ghosted. But they'll argue that because it's easy. So the environment is not conducive for loyalty for women. Loyalty was based on societal, because remember, historically we've been religious, Christian values. In the Middle East, you got Muslim values. So these were the frameworks. Christian values means adultery and everything else, and women who were unmarried were ashamed type of thing, and women who had children out of wedlock, and people shacking up. That was all wrong. Now it's free for all, right? And this is not a complaint. I'm just stating what is there on the table for what men to look forward to. Because as we date, we got to navigate these waters, these rough waters. Okay. The oceans is rough out here. So what you got to understand is that before there's a frame of loyalty because of shame, loyalty because of religious reasons, Christianity or Islam, loyalty because the community shunned the whole single motherhood or girl for the streets. But now women be making their own money, living on their own. They can do as they please. So what kind of man is you is going to demand loyalty from a woman? You're going to demand loyalty, and she has all these options. It's literally almost like living a child in a home who's has an appetite to have a variety of food and say, don't touch none of that food. It's going to happen. So that's why marriages are not a big deal these days, and long-term relationships are not a big deal because people can switch from one to the other. The shameful part is that the truth of the matter is you cannot just find equivalent people of caliber. Not every man is the same. So, but that's not the point I'm trying to make about the value of a man or so forth. But I'm just saying the loyalty aspect of the woman is not. It was based on social structures. Now they call it the patriarchy, misogyny. My body, my choice. I can fuck around as much as I want to do. So let them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like men should understand that that's just a thing. Understand that a woman that's gonna be loyal is not almost non-existent. Loyalty is non-existent as far as I'm concerned. Now, one woman gonna be like, "I've been with my husband. I've been loyal for the longest time." Look, there's outliers, but the majority of people exercise. They're exercising their freedoms because that's what they fought for: the ability to sleep around without consequence. We know as men, if you get a girl pregnant, there's gonna be consequence, and sometimes even if you didn't get her pregnant, she's gonna come here and put you on child support, that type of thing. But the point is that there's women are catered to in the courts, in the law. They're allowed to be foolish. They can mislabel man. They can slander man, and it's accepted. Man, it's hard to prove that you're innocent when a woman slanders your name. She says you do something. We live in a toxic society. It's not in favor. Excuse me, of men. So men have to move cautiously. And I do advocate, to be honest, for men to stay single for as long as possible, unless you find somebody who is a rare gem. For the most part, I think just do your thing, mind your own business, because there's no loyalty. How can there be loyalty? Just think about the temptation that woman has. Her husband is not he's saying, honey, I need you to do this, and she needs to raise us. Excuse me, she needs to raise herself up. And then there's a dude in the DM saying, "Baby, I miss you so much. I wish." She gonna go for the easy option. Why would you elevate yourself when you just go for the easy option? Especially, excuse me, I don't know where this cough is coming from. Especially when a lot of women are not big picture thinkers. They rather regret, oh, I missed out on the good man, rather than think forward. Like, okay, this is not good for that. So a lot of women would rather do the deed and so forth, and then they regret it and so forth, instead of saying, hey, you know what? I do have a good man, even though he got me upset today, but they would rather just take it out, revenge sex, and all that type of thing. So my point is that the loyalty element in today's society is literally non-existent. I don't believe any woman can be truly loyal because they're not incentivized to do so. It's almost like an employee who's working in a bank and there's no cameras and they count money all day and they themselves have a basic salary. At some point, they're going to touch some money. So that's what it is. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Get this word out. Peace, love, and blessings.